Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're talking the skincare brands I trust. These are the good guys of the skincare world, the ones that put the consumer first before their profit margins. They also have fantastic products, they have a great ethos that sits behind them, and honestly, these are the brands that I have no qualms in recommending for you guys for use in your own skincare routine. The reason I wanted to sit down and film this video is I did a recent one calling out the skincare brands that lied, some of the shady goings on with certain brands. I'll leave a link to that video up there, but I felt that was kind of negative. That's focusing down on the negative, and I want to bring it back and be super positive and share with you the opposite. Those brands that are definitely worth your coin. So sit back, relax, and let's talk the skincare brands to trust. Now, I've got a whole lot to get through in this video, so before I cut the waffle, I do just want to say I'm going to do this video slightly differently to maybe how I planned it a couple of days ago. You guys have probably seen the top 3 in every category videos that have been going around on YouTube, where people share their best 3 products from each step in their routine. I'm going to kind of bring that into this video, and I'm going to share with you my favourite 3 products from each brand mentioned. Of course, I'll link all the products and brands mentioned below if you do want to check them out, read the reviews, make a purchase, all of that good stuff. It's in the description box below. And while you're down there, if you could do me a huge favour, please click that like button, give this video a big thumbs up, because honestly it supports me and the channel so much, and I would love you forever. But should we start with my brand, which honestly I never thought would appear on this list, but really has recently, and that is Garnier. Now, Garnier, multinational corporation, I know. A lot of people think, really, should this focus down on the indie brands? And absolutely, and they're all coming soon. But I did want to call out one major global corporation I think has started doing the right thing. Garnier went entirely cruelty-free around 4-5 months ago, and I think that should be applauded. When big brands really lead the way with that, I think it's fantastic, and I hope other multinational corporations will follow. They did this on the back of consumer feedback, which is great to see them listening to us, the consumer, and what we want. Honestly, Garnier products are so good. They're also available globally, and the drugstore to their core price point is what really attracted me to them. I've tried so many of their products since they went cruelty-free, but hands down my favourite is this, which is their micellar water. If you kind of want to know a bit more about micellar water, how it works, and why, honestly, this is great. Ooh, and a really great innovative hack for getting the most out of this. Check out the video I did a couple of days ago on it, which I'll link up there. Definitely worth watching for that hack alone. I'm also going to call out their sunscreens. I'm not going to pick another 2 to complete the top 3 list, because honestly all their sunscreens within the Ombre Solaire range so good, and I've left links to some of my favourites below. But if you want an affordable drugstore, really well formulated sunscreen, then Garnier will be your best friend. Now, I promised some indie brands rather than just focusing on the multinationals, and I'm going to call out this, which is Q+A Skincare. Recently I have started mentioning them more on the channel, but they have really been in my collection for about the past 2 years, and I love everything about them. Their formulations are so good. They could charge so much more for their products, but they released a statement a while back saying that was never what they were about. They want to bring quality skincare to the masses, and honestly, I'm all about that. I love their ethos when it comes to their pricing. I think their packaging is so fun. When I had an issue with an order that was shipped from them that came damaged, honestly, 2 hours later, messaged me back, full refund, and they actually sent me some products out to say sorry about that, and honestly we hope you'll shop with us again. Well, of course I will, because if you treat your customers right, honestly you've got me time and time again, and I think Q+A Skincare are just fantastic. My top 3 will be this is the grapefruit cleansing balm. Really great if you find the Inculist oat cleansing balm a little bit too thick for your skin. Try this one, because it's got a similar consistency, but I find it washes off just that little bit better. It's also quite calming and soothing, and don't be fooled by the grapefruit. It's not got a very heavy scent. This is just grapefruit extract in here. The scent's actually quite mild, and it just feels really lovely for that morning cleanse. The 2 others are these 2 little roller balls, which is the caffeine eye serum. It's very basic, but you know what? So is caffeine. Doesn't cost the earth, and this is like £5, and it's got a really nice roller ball to bring an element of facial massage. Keep it in the fridge, and it will be your best friend for your under eye bags. And then finally, this is the licorice lip oil. Now, I had some filler done in my top lip just to even out some asymmetry that I was having in that area, and afterwards, obviously, you get some bruising and you get some swelling. I reached for this because licorice, whilst it's fantastic to brighten the skin, it's also a great natural botanical to aid healing. This also has collagen in here. Topically applied collagen doesn't boost the levels of collagen in the skin like we think it would, but actually it is a great humectant and moisturizer, and it does calm the skin as well. I used this for the couple of days after my treatment, and honestly, the bruising and the swelling was so much less than it usually is in previous experiences. And honestly, I credit it to this. Such a great lip oil. It goes in your bag. It's tiny, it's discreet, but it's so, so good. And again, has that really nice roller ball, making it super easy to apply. Definitely worth looking at. I've left a links to all of them below with a little bit of a code. If you do want some money off and you live here in the UK, you can use that code. But honestly, even if you're not here in the UK, it's still super affordable. So definitely worth checking out. Now, you guys were probably quite shocked that Geek and Gorgeous didn't come first in this video. I know. I'm like the ultimate fangirl when it comes to Geek and Gorgeous, and I'm not apologizing for that. I love the brand and they are one of my ride or dies. I just didn't want to be super predictable. I know, like, I'm a raging stereotype, but I didn't want to be too predictable and put them at the start of the video, which is why I kind of sandwiched them in the middle. But I love, love, love Geek and Gorgeous. They're entirely cruelty free, as are all of the brands that I'm mentioning today. They've got great vegan options. Their shipping is super affordable and their price point to die for the quality of formulation. They're based here in Europe, so it makes it super affordable if you're looking for European skincare. If you're shopping from Australasia or North America, you've got to factor in that shipping, which is a little bit higher, so I will just call that out. But a really, really great brand. My ride or die favourite is this. This is their retinol, A-Game retinol, which I think just about everyone raves about online, and it's totally worth it. This is a really high strength retinoid if you're looking for targeting those fine lines, wrinkles, and I think I gave this first place in my recent high strength retinoids video, which I'll link up there. And the reason is, the higher the strength of the retinoid, the higher the price point. So it's really difficult to find an over-the-counter high strength retinoid that doesn't cost the earth. This is the one exception. It's £12 here in the UK, super affordable, super high potency. I'm also going to call out their Jelly Joker cleanser. There's not much to say about this. It's just a really good cleanser. And sometimes when you just want a cleanser that gets it done, but it doesn't strip and dry the skin, this is the one that I reached for, and it's got a nice bouncy texture, so it feels a little bit bougie and a little bit luxury for the price point that they're actually charging. I love it. And then finally, this is the Stress Less Serum. I think I've raved about this already quite a lot on the channel. It's only been out a month. Beta-glucans from oatmeal calm and soothe the skin. It's super hydrating. So if you feel you have any redness or irritation in the skin, this fixes it like that. Also, if you've got very oily skin like me, you can use this as your moisturizer because honestly, it hydrates enough. If you've got dry skin, you're going to want to use a moisturizer alongside it. But for me, on those super oily days, this is all I need and I absolutely adore it. Now, I've got two other brands to mention. First, I'm going to call out NIOD. Some people call it NIOD. It depends where in the world that you come from as to how you pronounce it. And this might surprise a lot of people that it's on this list because they have recently been bought out by Estee Lauder. They're owned by Deciem, owners of The Ordinary and Hylamide, and the whole brand was all bought out by Estee Lauder, which left a lot of people, myself included, feeling a little bit cold. We're worried that they might change things around, jack up the prices, reintroduce animal testing and all of that. And that kind of left me feeling a bit, do I include it in a trustworthy brands video? And then I thought, no. You know what? All that is worry and fear rather than anything the material fact. In terms of the acquisition, they've changed nothing about NIOD, and I really applaud that because I think that honestly, when it comes to formulation, no better product. And why I'm including NIOD in this list rather than some of the other Deciem brands is because if you go on their website, they don't do what every brand does, overpromise and underdeliver. They just present fact, so you know exactly what you're getting for the product, you know what it's going to deliver for your skin and how it's going to work. And honestly, and this is another brand that could charge double for their formulations, but they don't. They still keep it as affordable as they can when you consider the potency of the products. My favorite, this little old friend, the Re Pigment. This is my #1 best friend for my melasma, for my hyperpigmentation. You use it as a targeted treatment and honestly just eats away at that pigment and you see such a great reduction in such a short period of time. There are cheaper pigment correctors out there. I did a recent video on hyperpigmentation, which I'll link up there for some other options if you don't want to push to NIOD prices. But again, I think for the speed of delivery and the results that you see, it's worth pushing that boat out just a little bit to reach for the NIOD Re Pigment. Works every time. The NIOD Survival Zero, also holy grail of mine, and I absolutely adore. This has like 15 different antioxidant mechanisms, so when it comes to protecting the skin alongside your SPF, doesn't get better than this. And finally, the Copper Amino Isolate Serum. This royal blue liquid honestly delivers so many great benefits. And I've got something to share with you about this on the 1st of September, so stay tuned for that. A couple of people have said, why is the colour a little bit different to mine? Do not worry, I've got an update for you on the 1st of September, so you're not going to want to miss that if this product is your anti-aging holy grail. Again, I've got a code off. I think it might only work here in the UK, but I have left a code below for 15% off all of the NIOD products if you do want to check it out. I know 15% isn't groundbreaking, but you know what? Who doesn't like a saving? But even if you can't use that code, it's not applicable in your country, honestly, still worth the price point. I still definitely would recommend you check out NIOD if you want super effective treatments that work in short amounts of time. Finally, no trusted brands video will be complete without a mention of Face Theory. I mention Face Theory so often that people have to say, are you sponsored by them? Come on, dish the dirt. Are you sponsored by them? And honestly, no, I don't do sponsorships on this channel. I probably should have said at the start that none of the brands mentioned here I've ever done any sponsorships with. I don't do sponsorships because I find that they can often get in the way of my objectivity when I'm doing reviews. I just want to keep it all honest and above board with you guys, so I just turn away the sponsorships that come. But I am always happy to support and applaud a brand that I honestly use day in, day out and love, and Face Theory are that brand. In terms of their customer service, Unparalleled, they have a guarantee. If you don't like the product, it doesn't work with your skin, send it back, full refund. They also give a full refund to VAT and customs charges as a result of the recent changes to the EU legislation, which I don't think any other brand is doing. And again, putting that consumer before the profit, which I love. It was so hard to choose just 3 products from Face Theory because I could honestly love them all. But number 1, Lumizalia Serum, my favourite azelaic acid, ride or die, must have, love this. I also love their Glycolaxyl solution, which is a high strength exfoliant, not for the faint hearted, and I wouldn't use it every day because of its strength, but a couple of times a week it just brings back that luminosity and has a beautiful blend of 3 different acids. And then finally, one of their recent launches, which is the Reserva F Serum. I talked about antioxidants recently on the channel and said don't just use one, mix and match them because you can never have enough antioxidants in your life, and this does it for you. It's got 2 really powerful antioxidants, resveratrol, ferulic acid. Got you covered, just feels so good on the skin, and I really love this. They do also have a new balm sunscreen, which I am loving. The reason I'm not including it here is because I want to use it a little bit longer to see how it works for my skin in the long term, but so far I'm loving it. So if you want a little bit of a demo of that, a try on, see what it looks like on the skin, I did a recent shorts video, which I'll link up there. Check that out because it's definitely worth seeing how it applies on real skin before you invest in it. But I love it, and so far it could be creeping into this holy grail list. So there you have it, guys. For those of you with trust issues, hopefully this has set them aside and you'll be able to enjoy some fantastic skincare. I honestly think all of these brands are worthy of the hype, and they deserve it because they put the consumer first. I want to know in the comment section what your most trusted brand is, so sound off because I honestly adore to hear all your recommendations. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.